Fall is here. It's getting cold here where I live on the East Coast of the United States. So I have pulled out my absolute favorite perfumes that I love to wear in the fall. I have some new additions to my collection that I'm very excited to wear this fall. Been looking forward to wearing them. I love fall, you know, because it's like that cozy time of the year and everything. But there is a bit of a depressing part to fall, right? Because the sun's going down early, sun rises late. How I still feel amazing and put myself in a really good mood? My fall fragrances. So I have some amazing niche fragrances that are perfect for this time of the year. Stay tuned. Hi my lovely people, welcome back to another fabulous fragrance video on my channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you my favorite, hottest, top 20 fall fragrances. Now I already did a video, it's already up on my channel, of my favorite gourmand fragrances for fall. So that's already up there. None of those fragrances are included in this video because I didn't want to repeat them. So make sure to watch my fall gourmand fragrances video that I uploaded before this so that you won't miss half of my fall fragrances are included in that video. So make sure to watch that first if you didn't watch it or if you missed it. These fragrances are the ones that I didn't put in the gourmand fragrance video that I am talking about my top 10, top 20 other type of fragrances. Although I will say I just added one to my collection after doing that video or after filming that video, which is a gourmand fragrance. So I'm including that one in here because it wasn't in the other video. And I forgot one of my gourmand fragrances, a couple of my gourmand fragrances in the other gourmand fragrances video, so I'm including them here. So either way, none of these ones are in the other video and vice versa. So let's jump right in. One of my top fragrances that I look forward to wearing the moment the weather gets even a little bit cold is this one right here, Room 1015 Cherry Punk. Whew, you guys know how much I love this fragrance. This is the perfect cherry fragrance to me because a lot of the times cherry fragrances tend to be too sweet and it doesn't let the cherry shine. Okay, like so the cherry note doesn't shine in those because it's way too sweet. It drowns out that beautiful cherry note. And also, those tend to always be like cherry almond, cherry almond, cherry almond with something sugary like vanilla or something, right? So I'm tired of that kind of composition, and this is a refreshing change because this one really lets that cherry shine. It's the star of the show with this super sexiness that comes from, or luxuriousness, you know, luxury and sexiness that come from the leather note that's in here. It's a very smooth, beautiful leather note in here with that cherry. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yes, there's a tiny hint of almond, but it's not overpowering. It doesn't overshadow the cherry because cherry note is a synthetic fragrance note, you guys. As you know, you can't squeeze a cherry and get, you know, perfume oil out of it. So things like that, you know, they have to be synthetic notes. Now, the synthetic cherry note already naturally has a slight almond nuance in it. So that's really all that this has. I don't know, or I don't think they've added an additional almond note to bring out that almond hint in the cherry note, which is a thing we see repeatedly done, right? So I really appreciate this fragrance for its originality, the beautiful leather note that makes it very kind of sexy and gives it spunk. Edgy, you smell very stylish wearing this, like a chick with an edge, right? That's what I think of, and that's what I thought when I first smelled this too. And turns out, later I found out, actually, I'm 100% honest here, I didn't even see it on Cherry Punk website, that that's really like their inspiration for this fragrance, like that kind of chick, you know? So yeah, absolutely, I gotta have it. Okay, fall and winter. So my cherry fragrances I wear in the fall and winter. That's like one type of fragrance I wear both seasons. So yeah, that's like one thing different. Another one that I absolutely love, this is actually a kind of an all year round fragrance, but I like to wear this in fall. I don't know why. It does have a slight bit of a gourmand hint, although I wouldn't call it a gourmand fragrance. However, this is by Joyeux Unique Sensorial Fragrance House, or Joux, if you want to call it for short. This is the Endoa fragrance by them. This is a gorgeous, fruity, lactonic, sexy fragrance. This has a beautiful pomegranate note, you guys, with that fruitiness. There's like a lactonic vibe that comes from the tonka lactone in here. I'm going to assume that it is a fragrance note that combines tonka, the very deep vanillic scent, with lactonic vibes. So yeah, that is super awesome. I believe that note, it's like a trademark one that's unique to this fragrance house. I don't know, you guys, because I've never heard of it before until I smelled this fragrance. This is absolutely stunning. It is a must-have. I love how it smells. Oh, it has a like a labdanum kind of, the sister flower. It's kind of like a labdanum kind of flower, which gives it a bit of a leather kind of nuance to it too. I really love this one. It's a fall must-have for me, although it is not too strong that you can wear it in like even warmer weather. I would make it a nighttime fragrance, and you can wear it in cold weather because it performs so well in any kind of weather, and it doesn't choke people in the warm weather. So it's like everything you want in a fragrance. This is the kind of fragrances you want if you're not someone who has hundreds of fragrances or want to have hundreds of fragrances. You just want a few fragrances that you can wear all year round. That's a really good one. By the way, I keep forgetting, you guys, make sure to always check my description box. I have discount codes for both of these fragrances. You can actually buy them directly from the Perfume House website. They, by the way, ship to US and the European Union. I am not sure if they have global shipping too. Check on their websites, okay? But I know for sure that they ship to US and the European Union and possibly Canada. So make sure to, like, some of you have been messaging me and telling me that, oh, you know, you live in the US, so you can't use my discount code or buy it from the Perfume House website. That's not true. So I am talking about these from US. I live in US. I get these to US. So obviously you can too. So they do ship to US. That's why I'm even talking about these, right? So yeah, all of the perfumes that I talk about, you can get here in the US. And yes, you can order them directly from the Perfume House websites, and they will ship to you here to the US. And yes, in the European Union, these are European fragrances, obviously from France. So European Union, they ship there as well. Now, Canada and other global shipping, I'm not completely sure. You will have to check individual Perfume House websites to find out. Some of them have global shipping, meaning they ship everywhere in the world, okay? Like South Africa, all those places. So yeah, they definitely ship to the US, okay? Another fragrance that I cannot wait to wear, until I wait kind of for more colder weather to wear this, even though I do consider this an all year fragrance too, though this is super projecting and super strong. The reason why I say you can wear it all year round is because it doesn't choke people. It's not offensive. It's such a pretty scent that people want to smell it. Trust me. Huge compliment getter. This is Hibiscus Majad by Messa Crivelli, you guys. This fragrance, you know, is in my top 3, okay? Oh, I'll forever love thee, okay? I love this fragrance. You can smell it over here. This is one of the most potent fragrances I have in my collection. It projects miles away, and it's a 12-hour plus fragrance. It won't come off your clothes until you wash them. Even after, you can smell a little. You get the idea. Super long lasting, super projecting, beautiful fragrance. This is made to smell kind of like hibiscus, although hibiscus doesn't necessarily have a scent. Yes, it does have nectar, so you kind of can smell the hibiscus nectar, but it doesn't have a strong scent. You get what I mean? So this actually smells like hibiscus nectar, okay, you guys? So how they did it is by combining rose and spearmint and leather and all these beautiful notes and putting a bucket of vanilla in it, which gives it that nectar vibe. Oh my gosh, you guys, that leather makes it so luxurious, so sexy. The rose with the spearmint gives like this hibiscus scent, and when you add that bucket of vanilla, that's really beautiful. And it's not overwhelmingly sweet though. It's a lot of vanilla, but the vanilla got moderated by the other, like it's hard to explain. It's just so good. Okay, you smell like you drop from the heavens when you wear this. Huge compliment getter. I can go into stories for days and days. People smell this miles away, okay? I've told the stories about what type of compliments I've got. Check my other videos. I do also have a special offer on that one down in the description box. Check it out. Always go down to the description box. Under this screen, there are 3 dots that says, I think, more, and you click on it and it'll unroll. That's where all the information is. And another one from the same house. This is a smoky, sultry powerhouse. This fragrance, these are both powerhouse fragrances. I gotta say, Maison Crivelli makes powerhouse fragrances. This one is Ambre Chromatique. You guys, this is the smoky, sultry, smoky one. This is got like that most beautiful incensey smokiness. If you are an incense smoky perfume lover, you're going to die hard love this stuff. This perfume is made for fall. It screams fall. Huge projection, huge sillage, powerhouse of a fragrance. This is super sultry with that incensey smokiness. This has Davana in it. You guys know Davana is this very sultry, herbally note that makes every perfume so sultry that it's in. It's got a bit of osmanthus, a bit resinous from the benzoin. It's got loads and loads of vanilla, little pink pepper. This has a little bit of a kick from the akigala wood in the base, which is a bit of a spicy woody note, you know. Very smoky, very sultry, dark, beautiful, sexy fragrance. Look forward to fall to wear that, because in my opinion, fall is really the only time you should, or you know, I wouldn't say could, you should wear it. You can wear it in winter, but it doesn't suit the mood of winter. Winter is a little bit more crisp, you know, Christmassy, like bright with the snow, sun reflecting off the snow. It's not as dark and vampy like the fall is, right? So anyway, then I have this fragrance right here. This is actually super beautiful. I don't think I gave it enough attention. I actually smelled this, you guys, the other day, and I was like, whoo, why haven't I been wearing this more often? This is so gorgeous. This is Sora Dora Orchidée Rouge, you guys. This is a beautiful, beautiful kind of lactonic-y, sweet, vanillic fragrance. It's a little boozy. It has a vanilla absolute. It has almond milk, which gives it a slight nuttiness, but not overly so. I don't like when fragrance, I guess I do like it when it was original, like Girl of Now, Elisa. I love the nuttiness. It's very overwhelmingly nutty, but I still love it because it was original when it came out, right? But I'm like, but that's like my nutty one, like my few nutty ones. I don't want everything that has a nutty note to be super nutty, you know? This is perfectly balanced with that vanilla absolute and the almond milk and the rum, the booziness that's in here. It's got beautiful like floral notes like heliotrope, which always complements other almond notes because heliotrope has a little bit of an almond nuance. It has got ylang ylang, other beautiful florals. It's got loads of white musk, a little bit of gourmet sweetness from caramel, which is why I was telling you I forgot to include this in my gourmet fragrance video because it was hiding from me, and I was pulling my fall fragrances out and I forgot to pull this out, and the other day I saw it like, oh my god, I need to have this. So it's got a bit of a slight bit of spiciness but very smooth. It's almost unnoticeable, a bit balsamic too. I want to kind of spray this on me just like a little bit because I just you know kind of rediscovered it in my collection. Oh guys, this is really pretty. This is actually really pretty. I know this is a unisex fragrance, but why am I getting goosebumps? I don't know why. For some reason I just got goosebumps from this fragrance. Yeah, it's super pretty, super different, you know, and I love a different type of fragrance. You know, I'm so tired of the same old, same old, same old. Here's another gourmet that I just literally added to my collection. So this was my gourmet fall fragrances video was filmed before I received this. So I couldn't include it in the video. I literally just a few days ago received it. This is by Shabu. This is Lady Chocola. You guys, this one, oh, it is the most divine, delicious chocolate fragrance ever. You know guys, you remember I raved about the Cacao Porcelana, but this one puts that away. Okay, like, I mean, that's delicious too, but boy, I fell hard in love with this one when I received it. And also, gosh, like Mancera Choco Violet. I know there are some of you guys out there who love it, and this is no reflection on you or anything like that. I find the Mancera Choco Violet to be a little too artificial, synthetic smelling. Yes, chocolate is a synthetic fragrance note, but it doesn't mean it needs to smell, I wouldn't say plasticky, but like very artificial, right? Now this, it's divine. Mostly what I smell in here is the milk and the chocolate, okay? It just smells like a sexy version, sexy perfume hot girl version of a milk chocolate. Really, I mean, obviously it doesn't smell literally like a milk chocolate. This is a perfume. It just smells like the perfume sexy version of a gooey milk chocolate with only like sexy other notes put in it. My husband wanted to take a bite out of my arm when I wore this when it first arrived. We both spent the rest of the day smelling my arm and my neck everywhere I sprayed it. And I kept getting whiffs of this, you know, as I was sitting on the couch watching TV, I was getting whiffs of it, and it was absolutely divine. This has a big dose of chocolate right in the opening with jasmine, you guys, and there's chocolate on the dry down too, so you get 2 doses of chocolate deliciousness. This has some exotic woody notes, you know, like teak wood and stuff, which in my opinion, really complement the other notes in here. Of course, it has loads of vanilla, but not overly sweet. Some musk, which adds a very sexy touch to it. That warm milk vibes from the milk. It's very, you know, kind of lactonic. And that bigger dose of chocolate in the base, you know, on the dry down. I just love this. So delicious. My favorite chocolate fragrance of all time so far, unless I add something else that, you know, kicks it out of the picture, but I doubt it. I love the sophisticated bottle, the packaging, everything, the whole package, chef's kiss. I do have a discount code for this as well down in the description box. Usually my discount code is Cleo10. Check down in the description box. Okay, so I have another one here that I bought after like it was warmer months when I bought it. It was after last winter, so I couldn't wear it because this one is definitely a cold weather fragrance, you guys. You don't want to wear this in warm weather. There's a chance of people being choked in because it's very strong. This is Penhaligon's Bewitching Jasmine. This is a jasmine fragrance, but not your typical jasmine. When you say jasmine, you think of summertime, more light, kind of tropical fragrances, right? No, not this one. Don't be fooled by the word jasmine or the fact that it has jasmine. This is a very strong, very balsamic, cold weather fragrance. So let me take a smell. Since I haven't sprayed this in a while, I can't really smell it too well out of the atomizer, so I'm going to spray it. So this has some really sultry notes. It has a bit of a spicy kick from the cardamom, which is one of my favorite warm spices. There's a bit of coffee in here. There's of course the jasmine. It's there, you can smell the jasmine. It's quite nicely strong in here. You get lots of vanilla, but there's that smokiness from the incense that's in here. It's really nice incense. It's not frankincense, I don't think. It's like another kind of incense. And this also has a bit of Laotian oud, you guys. So yeah, Bewitching Jasmine. Then I have my beloved right here. I impatiently wait for cold weather to arrive to wear this. It's a top 3 fragrance for me. You guys know how much I rave about this thing here. This is Killian Rose Oud. So good. Oh my. This is the sexiest, sultriest fragrance ever. Now you guys, Killian Rose Oud used to exist apparently a while ago. They discontinued it and they relaunched it. I don't think they're the same fragrance because I heard from a few of you who had the original, it's not the same. So this is a different new fragrance. This has lychee, this juicy, nice lychee in the opening, which adds a really interesting fruity touch because that lychee works so awesome with the rose in this fragrance. And obviously there's oud in here, but the oud in here is not an obvious oud. It's like almost hard to recognize that it's oud. The oud blended married so well with the Davana note, not Davana, cypral oil in here, which is the other sexy herbal note. And the leather that's in here so well together, so you can't even pick out the oud in there like separately, like you can't even tell. But all you can tell is that it's super sexy, super sultry, super luxurious, and that rose with the lychee really work together. Lychee always is a good one with rose, but then that base notes like the cypral oil, the leather and the vanilla and all that really like add more to that lychee and rose. It's hard to explain how sultry this fragrance smells. Huge compliment getter also. People have chased me down places to ask me what I'm wearing when I wear this. Again, I have too many stories to tell. I think the video will be too long. I shared those stories in my other videos featuring those fragrances. Now, another cherry fragrance that is a gourmand actually. Now, I don't consider Room 1015 to be a big, huge gourmand fragrance because it's not overly sweet. It's not like an obviously gourmand fragrance. Yes, there's cherry in it. Yes, there's a little bit of an almond nuance, but I don't really consider that a gourmand fragrance per se. It's more of a sexy, different kind of fragrance, you know. But this one right here is a gourmand cherry, which I forgot to include in my top fall gourmand fragrances video. This is Bodacious by Bodesia the Victorious. This one is boozy cherry almond vanilla. That's really what I can say. This has a beautiful boozy nose that really accentuate the cherry in here. It's like a, you know, those cherry dipped in alcohol, like the maraschino cherries dipped in alcohol. Like what are those, cocktail cherries? Whatever you call it. It's like a cocktail cherry full of rum, you know, kind of. Is it rum in here? I don't know what the boozy note that's in here. But yes, you can smell the almond. There is an almond note in here. This is more of an interesting cherry almond fragrance though. This is closer to Tom Ford Lost Cherry, the way it smells, than anything else. All those other perfume houses that came out with the same dupe copy stuff, like, they don't hold a candle to fragrances like these type of real niche fragrances, you know. This is super boozy, super delicious, super perfect for fall. Love it. Then I have this fragrance right here. This is also kind of fairly new to my collection. It's from Bond Number 9. This is Tribeca. I think Tribeca is great for fall time because a lot of people say that this has a bit of a Baccarat Rouge vibe. It's because there's ambroxan or ambergris here, so people always, when they see that note, they just go right there to Baccarat Rouge. No, not really. This doesn't really smell like Baccarat Rouge. I can smell it. I'm going to spray it here though, just for a better sniff. This is beautifully sweet. This has praline in the base, a bit of like a chocolate vibe with this, and to me, you guys, I can really smell that note. No, it doesn't smell like Baccarat Rouge 540 anything to me. Sure, it shares a couple of notes with it, doesn't mean it smells like it. This has the most delicious nuttiness from the hazelnut in here, and mixed with that cacao pod note that's in here, so it smells a little bit like chocolate. And then to add to that gourmand vibe in this fragrance, you get the big dose of caramel in the base, which almost gives it like a praline kind of vibe, okay? That's what it smells like. It smells like it has praline, and it has jasmine for a floral, which it shares with Baccarat Rouge, so it might contribute to that little bit of Baccarat Rouge vibe. Yes, it has ambroxan, which is why people are saying that this has a bit, you know, this smells like Baccarat. No, it doesn't smell like Baccarat Rouge. Yes, it shares a couple of notes with it, but it doesn't smell like Baccarat Rouge 540. This smells to me like a beautiful gourmand fragrance. I should have included this too in my gourmand fragrances video. Sometimes there's just not enough time in a video to talk about, but I figured I'd speak about it here since it's not like a dripping sweet kind of gourmand, you know. It has a bit of a balanced vibe. So yeah, I love it. Love the bottle, man. This and the Greenwich Village bottles, so good. Okay, so I have another beauty from the Joyo Unique Sensorial Fragrance House, which I also forgot to include in my gourmand fragrance video. I think it's just like only so many perfumes I can talk about in one video, you guys. This is Coffees by JUS Parfum. This one is a through and through coffee fragrance, but there's something super delicious. It almost has like the kind of vibe you get from Tom Ford Black Orchid, right? That kind of vibe. This has that sort of like deep, earthy gourmand vibes that are sultry, sexy, mysterious. This smells mysterious, okay? This is a great coffee fragrance if you crave that coffee note. You guys, this has a green coffee note. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with actual coffee beans. Now, you've only seen the dried coffee beans, like the brown ones, right? But before you dry coffee beans, they come in this little fruit, like, you know, like it's usually starts out green and it like ripens to red. When you ripen, that's when you like you harvest it, and inside is the coffee bean, and it usually looks green when you first get it out of the fruit. So this is what this has. It has that green coffee, which you don't find very easily anywhere, right? This is like an oud espresso fragrance. This smells like espresso, you guys. It's so good. And yes, this has a bit of oud, so it's very almost oriental kind of vibes as well. It smells like roasted coffee. That there's the green coffee too, but then there's the roasted coffee vibes that's balanced with oud. But the oud isn't the oud like you think oud, not the Middle Eastern oud, not the barnyard oud, not the oud that's too strong. It's the blended oud, kind of like in the Killian Rose Oud. Hard to tell that there is oud in here, just the delicious gourmand vibes. That green coffee, right, very aromatic green coffee, can be a bit reminiscent of cacao almost, you guys. It's delicious. which is why this almost gives me like a chocolate vibe too, which is why I said Tom Ford Black Orchid. So this has that beautiful oud in here that's very nicely done, and a bit of smokiness from incense. You guys, it's a super strong, gourmand, dark, mysterious, aromatic coffee fragrance. If you crave that kind of fragrance, you'd like that. Then I have here a fragrance that definitely smells like summer, but it's made for cold weather. Okay, so it's a tropical smelling fragrance that is strong enough to withstand the cold weather and last and project in the cold weather. The whole concept behind this fragrance was to give you or transport you to a warm beach in the middle of fall, in the middle of winter. If you feel a little depressed, let's say that it's a gloomy, dark fall day and you just are feeling down and you want to just feel happy and sunny, you spray this on. This is Acro Rice. You guys, this is a all year fragrance, all season fragrance, but this was particularly made to be worn in cold weather as well. No, this doesn't choke you in the summertime. In the warm, hot weather, you can absolutely wear it. I've worn it in the warm, hot weather too. Works perfectly well, but it also works in the cold weather. And this is the fragrance that I use to smell and spray on myself on a dark day, that if I wanted to feel like, oh, I want to feel like I'm on a beach, you know, in the middle of fall, in the middle of winter. This is a good one. Acro Rice is one of my husband's favorite ones. It's one of the ones that make him go, ooh, you know, so he loves this. This is like really up his alley. He loves this type of fragrance on me with those gorgeous tropical tiare flower, ylang ylang, frangipani kind of notes. I don't think this has ylang ylang. I think it's frangipani and tiare flower. You guys know I diehard love those two floral tropical notes. And this has teeth. This fragrance has strength because it has a beautiful gourmand base. Was it base or middle? It has a toffee note, you guys. So it gives it this like sweet gourmand vibes that makes it appropriate for even in cold weather, to wear even in cold weather. This has a bit of a pina colada vibe. It has a pina colada note or pineapple with something lactonic that makes it smell like pina colada. And it has coconut water, which adds to the beauty that is this fragrance. So wonderful. It's strong yet light. You know, it's like this awesome like chameleon of a fragrance. Has ambroxan, which gives it like slight woody nuances, but also kind of like sea marine vibes. And it has sandalwood for sensual dry down. I absolutely love this. I just received this fragrance and look how far I've gone down. I've already sprayed this to death. I do have a discount code for that fragrance house as well down in the description box. Go check it out. Then I have this powdery beauty for fall. I love this for fall time. This has heliotrope, ylang ylang type of floral notes. Heliotrope adds to the powderiness that is this fragrance. This has a very nice balsamic vibe from the myrrh that's in here. Myrrh is such a cozy, resinous, balsamic note. This has other floral notes like hedion and rose and stuff, I think. And a very sensual dry down with that myrrh and the sandalwood. Really cozy to me, this fragrance, kind of sexy. I like to pull it out in the fall. Another one I love is this one right here. This is Muse by Zerov. This, you guys, ooh, this one is a powerhouse. It's strong. It'll take your nose out if you wore it in warm weather. Do not wear this in the warm weather. Don't touch it in warm weather. The only season that I love this fragrance for is fall. It screams fall. It's a very sultry, plummy, sexy fragrance. This has a leather note that makes it absolutely sexy and luxurious. Some white flowers in there, like jasmine and other white flowers. It has the most sultry kind of sultriness. I don't know what other word to use from Davana. Just talked about Davana a million times. So you guys see how I I love that cypral oil Davana notes in fragrances. It's fruity, like I said, from the plumminess, but there's also, I think, other fruity notes like raspberry. It's resinous from benzoin, has amber, very sultry fragrance. I love this for cold weather, but in particular for fall, not so much for winter. Here's another one I like to only wear in fall, you guys. People talk about this fragrance as if this is a summer fragrance. Just because this has a couple of summer type of notes doesn't make it a summer fragrance. For example, Yasmin, Bewitching Yasmin has jasmine, not a summer fragrance, okay? That doesn't make it a summer fragrance. This is, by the way, Overture by Zerov. The thing about this, I could live without the fig leaf note that's in here, which isn't overwhelming, so I don't mind it. It has a fig leaf. It's not my favorite green note, but it adds a bit of greenness to the opening. This has orange and magnolia, some florals like jasmine and ylang ylang. Again, those sound like summer notes, summer tropical floral notes, but it doesn't make this a summer fragrance. This is way too deep and I don't know, smoky for summertime. This has incense, you guys, so definitely not really for summertime. This has a spicy warmness from the cinnamon. There's cozy notes like cashmere, and again for fall time, sandalwood with the sensualness of that sensual woodiness. Amber, vanilla, obviously. Yeah, so not a summer fragrance in my opinion. Love to pull it out in the fall time. Amouage Blossom Love is one of my favorite boozy floral fragrances. Something so unique about this fragrance is the fact that this has a very unique boozy note. It's amaretto. It's not, you know, rum or typical kind of booziness you get. It's amaretto, so it's very kind of like almondy, nutty kind of booziness, which so works well in here with the floral notes that's in here, with the rose and the heliotrope and the ylang ylang and all these like beautiful floral notes. I love the way this fragrance smells. It has loads of vanilla with tonka bean, and it has a leather note, which makes it super luxurious and sexy. Not for warm weather at all. I made that mistake once. Oh my god, it's a powerhouse. It projects, lasts forever, 12-hour plus fragrance for fall time and winter. Then I have Lilac Love. This is a beautiful feminine fragrance, very powdery, very delicate fragrance. It has heliotrope and lilac, which are like those blue purple type of florals that make it kind of powdery and feminine. It has other, you know, white floral notes, I think magnolia, jasmine type of fragrance notes, like some peony, I think, and some rose. But this has cacao powder, which adds a bit of like a powdery chocolateness to this. It has tonka bean, which gives that deep vanilla kind of note. It has orris to add more powderiness to this. It has some vanilla, sensual dry down with the sandalwood. This is a type of chocolate kind of, I don't consider it a chocolate fragrance the way this is a chocolate fragrance, right? The Chobo one. This one is different. This is more feminine, powdery, with just hint of cacao powder sweetness. Then I have a couple of oud fragrances that I am loving this fall. Here's one. This bottle is absolutely gorgeous. This is very much a modern interpretation of a Middle Eastern Oriental oud. This is Dubai Ruby by Bond Number 9. This is quite expensive, you guys. This has oud and rose, obviously. Yes, you can smell the oud. Yes, you can smell the rose. But the oud is not barnyardy at all. It's more of a modern interpretation. Yes, it has the Middle Eastern vibe. Yes, it has Oriental vibe, but it's more of a modern interpretation. This has cypral oil, which is what I think makes this fragrance different from other rose oud fragrances. This has that cypral oil, which makes it very sultry. It has sandalwood, it has myrrh, it has amber, all these sultry notes, the base notes you get. I think it has a bit of civet. Usually I hate civet, but when you do civet very unnoticeably, it can give you this animalistic allure, as long as it's not strong. It gives it like an animalistic allure to it. Has a little bit of saffron, a couple of citrus notes in the opening, but you can't really smell the citrus notes very much. Last but not least, I have Siberian Rose. This is by Fragrance du Bois. This is a sexy rose leather fragrance. This is a super edgy, sexy rose note that has, I think it's a white rose note, this one, or pink rose. I can't remember. It's not like your red rose. And this has a leather note that makes it super, super sexy. I think about wearing leather pants and a sexy top with this, you know what I mean? You get the idea. It has some tuberose, rose, ylang ylang kind of notes there again. See, it's a cold weather fragrance. Just because there's ylang ylang doesn't make it summer fragrance. This has some pear, which is really sexy, feminine kind of fruity note. And it has a little bit of a conifer vibe, you guys, from the juniper berries that are in here. It gives it a bit of a conifer kind of vibe to it, I would say. And there's pink pepper in here, which is a really nice note. A little bit of warmth from like a couple of warm spices. Absolutely sexy, sexy fragrance. I love to wear it in the cold weather, winter and fall actually. So this fragrance I like to keep in its box because it's a gorgeous lacquered wooden box. This is such a luxurious fragrance, you guys. This is the limited edition M. Micallef. This is the limited edition M. Micallef Oud Parfum. You guys, this one is, love this box. By the way, if you want to see the full review of this fragrance, I just did a haul video where I hauled this. This is brand new to my collection from M. Micallef. This is a limited edition exclusive fragrance that's there for a limited time. They only made 1,000 bottles, so it's probably gonna sell out here soon. So yeah, I have it right here, gorgeous red bottle, you guys. This is a very sophisticated oud fragrance. It's a very strong oud fragrance. Now, I like oud, but I know there are people who don't like oud. So if you're not like an oud lover, you will not like this fragrance. So let me start out by saying that. But if you guys understand oud and love oud, this is a very refined oud fragrance, you guys. I'm actually going to spray this one. I can smell it really strongly, but I kind of want to spray it. So let me spray it right here. By the way, don't smell it out of the atomizer. This is one of those fragrances that when you smell it out of the atomizer, it doesn't smell the same. This is a super sultry, sophisticated, refined oud fragrance that has cypriol oil, you guys. There again, sexy cypriol oil, make it very sultry. The oud here is very sharp, but very refined kind of oud. It has a bit of smokiness from the incense, a really beautiful kind of incense in the base. It has a bit of a leather nuance too, you guys. I like this, but it's not for everybody. If you don't appreciate a sharp but refined oud, you know, then you would not like it. Same with this one, right? So these two are very kind of sophisticated oud fragrances, and not your average run-of-the-mill kind of oud. I think I'm gonna wear that fall and winter maybe, but mainly fall. That's the kind of fragrance that it is. It's not a fragrance you wear every day for every occasion. Neither is this one, right? So they're very special kind of sultry oud fragrances. So yeah, you guys, that's it. Those are my top niche fragrances that I'm looking forward to wearing this fall. Of course, I'm going to be wearing more, but I can't talk about all of them. These are the top 20. And if you missed my fall gourmet fragrances video, check that out. I had like 20 fragrances in that one too. So all those are in my rotation as well this fall. So make sure to check that video out if you missed it. So you guys, let me know down in the comment section, what are you wearing this fall? What are your favorite fall time fragrances? Do you distinguish between fall and winter fragrances like I do? Some of them you can wear both seasons, but I feel like there's a certain mood in the fall that is not necessarily the mood in the winter. You know what I'm saying? It's more of an atmosphere thing. There's only one difference when it comes to seasonal fragrances. It will be warm weather or cold weather fragrances, but I still distinguish between fall and winter fragrances based on the atmosphere, right? Certain, like, you know, sharp gourmet notes and spice notes better with that fall vibes. So let me know down in the comment section, what are you wearing this fall? I would love to hear what you have in your rotation. Let me know down in the comment section also what kind of video, fall fragrance video, you want to see next. Of course, I've started my fall fragrance lineup. So this is just the second video of many to come. I'll be doing a designer version of this video coming up here soon. Stay tuned for that. And you guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. All the unboxings, first thoughts, all gonna be on those platforms. I will see you guys in my next video.